from Byhalia, Mississippi, none other than the Sweet Swine of Mine Test Kitchen. Mark Lambert's not here, but Alan Smith. We're gonna get a paper. We were
Mark
just talking.
Lambert has left the building.
Yeah, well, I mean, most. It's not.
I'll be Lambert for a minute.
It's not uncommon. Exactly. It's not uncommon for Mark Lambert not to be standing right here when the show starts, but he's really not here this time.
10 seconds, he's out.
10 seconds, he's out before we
No,
start.
he's literally out of town.
He's in Texas. He's out of state. He is in Hondo, Texas, at the Alfregonis Ultimate Meetup. So
I'm a little bit jealous.
Yeah, me too.
About that.
I just saw some cool video from they were out riding a safari through this ranch.
Yeah.
Deers and pigs and all kind of cool stuff riding around, and they didn't have no guns. It wasn't nothing going boom, so I don't know what they were doing.
Yeah, just looking, huh?
They were just looking.
Golly. Okay.
They weren't jumping off, and
Nobody got stabbed. No animal got stabbed. I'm like, this was a boring trip.
So they didn't have to put out that disclaimer because everybody knew it was like no animals hurt during the
I
shooting.
think they signed a disclaimer that says, I will not get off of this vehicle during this tour.
If somebody filmed me hunting, they could say that no animal was hurt after the shooting of the shooting of this vehicle.
Seems like a lot of my friends.
That's right. I have to ask somebody else for deer meat.
Me too. Didn't everybody has an excuse why they didn't have any?
Yeah, Eric got it.
I just run them over with a truck.
Did that happen to somebody today?
He got close.
I got real close.
Oh, you had one of them scared kind of situations?
Come over a little hill on Dunn Lane, and there was whitetails everywhere.
Cool.
2 of them went yonder way, and one of them come straight to the truck.
Yeah.
I was just waiting on that right down the side.
See, for y'all Yankee folks that might be watching this podcast,
Yonder
way means opposite.
Or over there.
Over there.
Over there. Not near me. How about that?
I was going to answer that question.
Yeah. Yeah. I forgot we had a Yankee.
We have a northerner.
You got 2.
Yeah.
You got 2.
Oh, you too?
We don't say Ewins.
Where from, dude?
Just outside of Chicago.
Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah, that's why you know everybody. You like one of South Illinois
Mafia. He's in the mafia.
South side.
We say y'all, he says Ewins.
Oh man, we do have a Facebook user. I'm sorry, we're still doing this. So if you want us to know who you are, where you're watching from, please say who you are.
I can tell you who is not.
You? Yeah, you're not a Facebook user. Daniel was got, son, and I mean got good.
You got clips?
I got
No, I mean, yeah, they got him on Facebook.
What'd you say wrong?
No, they took him like somebody scammed him. He hacked. They took his account and ran with it.
It got hacked so bad, my driver's license went blank.
What were you looking at?
Yeah.
I want to know because I need to stay off of them.
Yeah.
That way they don't get me.
Yeah.
Did he go back way back?
He's on the first day
No, don't say that.
At Diddy at Facebook.com.
Yeah.
Daniel Diddy at Facebook.com.
His record said is only Dan.
Only dance. That's it. That was when the Only Dance came up, right?
Yeah.
After you did that.
Y'all already got that right.
Well,
Yeah.
speaking about
.com.
only whatever. In about 2 weeks, you might be able to go to onlybarbecuefans.com.
Yeah.
And you might be able to buy some B&O products.
Yeah, it'll direct you straight to boysnightout.com.
You jump on it. If it's available, you buy it. That's all
That's
I'm
right.
saying.
That's right. If it sounds good to you, it sounds good to a lot of people.
That's right.
You go to
Somebody's gonna take
GoDaddy and you claim that thing.
That's right. That's right.
.com.
That's it.
So,
All right,
Eric,
before
what
we get going, hold on. Before we get going too far,
all right.
we have a young lady in our audience today that we need to recognize.
Yeah, we do. I think she recognizes herself when she brings that belt
Well,
up
she
there.
was showing off when she walked up in here.
I mean, she walked in here like The Rock.
well,
Hey,
I
I
was
was thinking
thinking
walk
Randy-
up music.
well,
Yeah. Hold on.
it was almost like the Randy Savage because she walked in there and she said, "Oh yeah."
Yeah. It's
So-
time. Are you like Triple H? It's time to play the game.
Come on up here. Go ahead.
You got something, Alan?
I hope you did not want to
getting
come
there.
up here. 'Cause if you bring that in,
Yeah.
All right.
Look at this belt.
look at
And
this thing.
Joker, this ain't no plastic piece of.
No, it's heavy.
No, it's real leather,
Real leather.
heavy. Do it, Alan. You got it.
Don't play girls.
And I ain't playing smoking in the boys,
Barbecue
man.
sauce.
All right.
No, it's
So-
not.
This,
Barbecue seasoning is.
this right here ain't playing around. The Fall Fest of South Haven did it.
First, introduce
did.
yourself.
Oh,
Go
hi,
ahead.
I'm Angela Cornell.
Yeah.
What's
And what did you cook to do this?
I cooked gumbo. It was actually my first gumbo entry ever.
First time you've
First time I
ever
ever cooked gumbo.
cooked gumbo.
Yeah, that's a go.
And
Right?
you cooked against a bunch of people that have cooked
Yes.
gumbo before. They cooked roux for a while.
I did.
It's hard to get a good roux made.
That's right.
And a first
The
time
fabulous
gumbo
one.
cook.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's
Oh, Memphis wrestler right there.
About to pull the strap down.
Yeah.
That,
The fabulous ones.
did you make a roux or
I did.
So you made a roux from
Made it
scratch.
from scratch.
You made gumbo from scratch.
I did.
Your first
I
time.
did. Yeah.
When
Where,
you-
where did you get the meat?
Okay, so this is funny because I wasn't going to actually make the gumbo. But we went to Mistletoe Merchants, the shopping center,
Yep.
for all the women. Yeah, they had a person selling sausage there, and I was like, "Oh, this thing is damn good." So I was like, "This needs to go in a gumbo."
So you bought the sausage at a Mistletoe Merchants.
Drinking
and then
wine.
You won
Drink
this.
wine.
Drinking
It was
wine.
And I want that with it.
It was
Well, I would
it
go
was
back
beside
to
the
them
potpourri.
and go, hey, let me tell you what I did with your.
Right?
Now, wait a minute. Now, that's not all the story, because what I hear when she purchased this sausage, or was in the process of purchasing this sausage, she asked this individual who is presenting this sausage, would it be good in gumbo? He's like, what it gumbo?
He never even
So
heard it.
G-Man was working the.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah.
What it gumbo?
Is that kind of like stew?
Yeah, he had no
Bring
clue
the
what it
rules.
was. English was not his third language.
They-
Let alone
yeah.
his first language.
Gumbo wasn't in his language.
Well, it's
And I know a lot of people speak languages
Yeah.
in gumbo, and they go a long ways.
He
Yeah,
thought
have
you
you ever
said
seen
gumbo.
Woo?
yeah. I don't understand it. I know him. But
That's
I
a different language.
Yeah.
But he speak that gumbo.
I can hardly understand it.
Yeah, I know it, man.
But
Well,
Thank
congratulations.
you so
man.
congratulations to make a roux
Yes.
is harder than the gumbo,
Yes.
and to knock it out of the park without it tasting burnt is the hardest thing to do about gumbo.
Her score was a 204.4.
1.1 from a perfect score.
Yep.
Wow.
And it was my first win too. So I was really excited.
Wow.
And about 1 year on the cooking circuit.
It was actually our first event was Fall Fest last year. So that was our 1 year event.
Hey.
It took Alan and I since 2006 to win a belt.
I
win. No,
That's
I know.
right.
we've won one belt since
Hey,
2006.
It's a white lightning belt, baby.
It's a white lightning belt.
Is Matt Overton watching?
Congratulations.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because Matt and I was in Pensacola a couple years ago, and we made roux. And we made roux on the stove. My Cajun cousin said, look, you need to make it in the oven.
Yeah.
So we did it both ways. But all in all, a roux on the stove between Matt and I was about an 18-pack. That's about what it took
That's
to
what
make
they
that roux.
named the roux.
18 pounds.
18 pack.
18-pack roux.
So cooking in the
How long
oven.
does it take you to make the roux?
Not
9
long.
beers
Not
a piece.
long. Not with them.
About 18 beers.
It'd be burned up if it was 18 with me.
So, so cooking it in the oven wasn't near as fun as cooking it
In a
on the
pot.
stove.
Sure.
But it did turn out just
It works.
as good.
It works. The
It
same.
works both ways.
Charles Dabbs on the watch tonight.
Boy, that dude's been killing it. He'd show up at a contest and win.
That's
He
right.
just drives by.
Yeah.
They call his number.
They throw the award out at it.
That's it.
Well,
Or was it-
congratulations on your golden ticket.
Yeah.
Or is it CJ?
Well,
Dabbs?
see,
CJ Dab.
I say dang it Dabs.
That's his.
Dang it is his,
Dang it, Dabbs.
Dang it Dabs is his nickname now.
That's his alias.
Yeah, that's right. So Tim Brown's watching.
What's up, Tim?
Congratulations, Angela.
The champ.
Yeah. Wow, 50.
52.
2 or
52.
3. 2 or 3.
That man, he ought to be tired of winning.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Tim, is it 52 or 53?
Yeah, Tim. Is it? Tell me the number. I think it's 53.
Hell, he's won so many. I've lost
He won
count.
50, 51, and 52 all in one
Anything
weekend.
past
I
my
think it's
fingers
52.
and toes, you messing me up.
I believe it's 52. He won 50, 51, and 52. in one
All the
weekend.
same weekend.
He showed out.
He showed up. That's showing out, boys. Chris Lytle's watching tonight.
Lido.
Never heard of her.
No. All right, so tell me what y'all did down in Columbus. Y'all seen my sister?
We found out there's no spare tires in West Point.
Yeah. we before we get to the contest, we did realize on the way home that when we sent a cooker down the Kell for the relief deal, that we took all the spare tires off our trailers and sent them down there in case, with all the debris and everything, that Josh had tires to make it there.
Yeah.
That way, there's no telling what he was going to run over.
So
we
you didn't have a spare tire
none.
on your trailer.
And you know what? The weird thing was we had left out of there and we hadn't been gone 15, 20 minutes. And I was thinking to myself, I don't remember seeing spare tires on that trailer when we loaded it. And about 1 minute later, my phone rang and on the screen of my truck popped up Alan Smith. And I was like, there ain't no way. He goes, guess what? Well, I didn't need to guess.
Yeah.
He goes, blew out a tire. And I'm like, there's no tires in that trailer, is there? He goes, nope.
New refrigerator.
There's a brand new refrigerator.
New refrigerator. No tire.
No
Priorities.
Yes. So Alan and I had left out with like 5 minutes between each other. I just hit the GPS to go to Pickwick.
Yeah.
Straight up 45. He was going to hit up 45, but it took him alternate, me up through Aberdeen.
Yeah.
So when he called me, we had both been gone like 15 minutes. But by the time I typed in my GPS to where he was, I was 28 minutes from him.
Yeah.
And I called Lytle, and they started searching Tractor Supply, Walmart. Nobody had an 8-lug wheel with a tire. Nobody even had a tire that they could put on it. And I was close to Tupelo at Scruggs.
Mm-hmm.
That place is legit.
Yeah.
I walked in there.
That's the best flea market
Hey, it
ever.
is.
Right? You can buy anything.
You can buy beer, Slim Jims, a socket set, a John Deere tractor, and an 8-lug tire with a trailer tire, or 8-lug wheel with a trailer tire on it.
Yeah.
You can buy a ready-made deer camper. You can buy land and the stuff to go on at the tractor, the plow,
That sounds like,
the
that
fold,
sounds like
the-
Woodard's. That sounds like
everything.
Woodard's in Lynchburg.
The best store I've ever seen.
It's all
Yeah.
I love
They
it.
had white lightning in there too. That made it better.
Yeah.
But I walked back there and they had one 8-lug wheel with a tire on it, same exact
I
size
thought
we
he was gonna say
needed.
one bottle of white lightning.
So I walked in there and the guy said, man, this tire's pretty expensive. It's $209. I'm like, I'll take 4 of them if you got them. Like, they're $209, my boys, on the side of the road in West
Yeah.
Point. So I called.
I'll trade you 6 cases of white lightning.
Yeah, exactly. We'll do a trade right now.
That's right.
But we hooked him up. We got him wheel and tire, and we made it back home. But yeah, it was fun. But we had a good contest. Your sister throws on a good contest down there. It's shrinking every year, though, which is the problem. People are slowing down barbecuing for some reason.
Yeah.
And Columbus is a little bit a ways from all the big cooks, where a lot of the teams are. But it's a great contest. It's in a great location, and we need more people down there.
Yes,
Because they're talking about canceling that contest.
Yeah,
because
that'd be a
of
shame.
because
That'd
of
be a
It's
shame.
43 years. I
It was
think.
the 43rd year of
Yeah,
that
I think
contest.
so.
The longest running contest, I think.
In the
In
state
the
of Mississippi. In case
in
we
case-
have.
Yeah, it's the longest running.
Well, I really want to get behind that. It just next year when I have a little more time, it really
you're not going to have more time next year.
Well, no, but,
I'm just kidding.
but also like it falls on a bad weekend. I told her that too. I was like, hey, you had it originally on the 26th, but I think she changed it because that was a week away from the Royal. So a lot of things in October is a busy month. So
Well, the Royal does change their dates.
yeah,
And unfortunately, they're the big dog. And
and the
they're-
Jack and
But
Right,
they're
so
playing
it's-
off NASCAR dates right now at this time. So when NASCAR fluctuates a week
well,
or
next
two,
year
then it'll still be.
Well, next year it'll be at the American Royal facility. So
No,
they.
I don't think it.
Not
Oh,
next
I
year.
thought it was.
I don't think it's going to
Originally,
be
it was
quite
supposed
ready.
to be it. That has been postponed from what we hear for
Oh,
a
okay.
year or so. But they have asked Lytle to kind of get involved, possibly with a contest down there.
Okay.
Since
So-
he's running for realtor of the year stuff.
Yeah.
Well, he is the realtor of the year, ain't
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was. Was he running for it? He's already there.
he? He's the mayor, so I figured
He is the mayor.
is
He
the
knows everybody in Columbus,
Oh, yeah.
But
and he knows people that don't. He don't even know him.
All 12 of them.
Yeah.
He all 12 of them.
all 12. Well, he walks around with that ring on every day
The champ.
Yeah.
The
The
champ.
champ is here.
and a belt like she does. She's gonna
Yeah.
walk around with that belt all the time.
Yeah, that's right.
But no, it was a good
Please don't
contest.
put the bikini on, Lytle.
And it's a warm up for the Royal. There's a local contest in Arlington here that a lot of people cook.
So
But
it's
we
not
go down there.
KCBS.
Right, it's not KCBS. We would love to cook Michelle and Brandon's hometown cook, but the Roast and Boast is Lytle's hometown cook. So we go down
Yeah,
there and
support him.
and support him and support your sister.
Michelle and them wouldn't let us in either.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
They said it's full.
yes, well, they won't let us
They
in.
was a-
They're mean to
We
us.
used to have pool and NBN. All we
I
can
know.
pull in now. That's all we do if we're lucky.
Yeah, that's right.
They make us pay double.
Yeah.
I think we had to pay. We didn't show up.
God. They were charging people if they were wearing a B&O hat. So, yeah, my sister does a good job down there. And so really,
With what she has to work with, she runs a good contest. It takes money to run a contest,
yeah,
and it takes people to back you.
yeah. And her bosses, Mike and Chris, they do a good job. They help out a lot, but she has a lot of good sponsors too. Needs some more.
She
more
does need
support,
more.
teams.
She's losing sponsors because of participation.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And what's awesome is that place down there is kind of like the Pig Jig. If anyone's ever been, you can buy a spot or rent a spot for $100 a year, and it's yours. You basically own that spot.
And you build it
You
up.
can build a wood structure. You can build anything, 2 stories. You can do anything you want as long as it passes code.
Yeah.
And there's some really cool stuff down there that people have built. And I'd hate to see that contest go away just because of that.
We need to build a lightning shack down there.
Well, we might have 2 spots down there,
Oh, okay.
but we only go cook once a year, so we don't want to invest a bunch of money in something
That's
that we
right.
only cook in once a year.
Yeah.
If there were
We can
several,
co-lease that thing. though.
well, if we could, that's right. We'll
We
keep
have
one
mud
for ourselves
raisers.
and rent it out.
We
But,
We'll
do mud
co-lease.
races there. We do all kind of cool
We
stuff.
can Airbnb one of them.
but I think
It'd be too full-fledged air.
But the air is free.
I think if some of us really got behind it and pushed it with some
Yeah.
of the pull that we might have, and a lot of our friends,
Yeah.
we should ask our friends to come.
That's right.
If we just ask our friends to come, we're gonna have a full contest
That's right.
if they'll show up. But like you said, timing, it's right between the Jack and the American Royal. The Jack was 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
The American Royal's next week.
Yeah.
So it's tough to have a contest in the middle of those 2 contests. It's like trying to cook the week before Memphis in May.
That's right.
No one's going to be there because they're prepping for Memphis in May.
That's
So
right.
it's a timing thing, but it's a great contest, great location. I'd like to see it bigger, and we're going to try to help Lytle or whoever down there. to-
Somebody
to try to
said
make it.
I'd like a white lightning hat. They're fixing to be available on
That's
the
right.
website in about 2 weeks. Right? Is that right, guys?
Roughly 2 weeks. Yes,
Roughly 2 weeks, we'll have the store open on boarsnightout.com.
that's right. Yep.
So, Eric, what do we got going on tonight?
Well, since we had leftover meat, we had leftover stuff from the weekend, and it's starting to. Well, it's supposed to start cooling down this
Yeah.
time of year.
Yeah, then it's 85 today.
Yeah,
Record-breaking
everybody's wearing
temperatures
shorts
this
with
week.
me, but
Yeah.
it got warm. But we threw a little Brunswick stew and cornbread
Yeah,
together.
some of that Dusty Wally mayonnaise
That
cornbread.
mayonnaise cornbread.
So this was the taster pan here. We got some fresh coming off here when we get the stew coming out. So
People don't know about Brunswick stew. It's basically barbecue vegetable soup.
love it.
And it's also the fridge clean out.
Yeah,
You can season it with whatever you want. You can put anything in it you want. It's kind of like the gumbo.
Yeah.
You put anything in it you want.
Yeah.
But it's got barbecue seasoning, barbecue sauce. It's more of a barbecue flavored vegetable soup.
If you got some lima beans in the freezer, just throw 'em in
Anything that's in there, anything you need to get rid of, anything that needs to be cooked can go in the
there. Throw it
pot.
in there.
I don't know if anybody's ever heard of burgoo. Anybody heard of burgoo before? It's basically the same thing. Burgoo is out of Kentucky,
Oh, okay.
but it's the same thing.
I
It's
thought it was like horse stew that you ate in Iceland.
no. I had never really had Brunswick stew until we started cooking, going down towards the pig jigs, South Georgia, South Alabama.
Yeah.
I never heard of it before until then. But I've been eating it most of my life. One of my friends that I grew up with down the road, they were from Hopkinsville, Kentucky. And every 2 or 3 months, his dad would make this food called burgoo. And I'm like, this is just vegetable soup with barbecue sauce in it. But he would smoke a butt the week before. They'd eat barbecue and whatever was left
Then
over.
you got tired of it.
The following weekend, he was making his burgoo. And he'd sit around, drink cold beer, and make what I thought was just barbecue vegetable soup
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
But then we got around barbecue and people that cook, and I had Brunswick stew, and it reminded me of the burgoo that I had been growing up eating. And that's when I started typing in, what is burgoo? What's the actual definition of it? If you look up what burgoo is and Brunswick stew, it's the exact same thing, except burgoo, they'll put okra in it. And I've never seen a Brunswick stew with okra.
Yeah.
So that's the only difference that I've seen in the two, but it's the exact same thing. So all I did was everything that's in this pot, we'll bring it up here in a minute. We made it simple, and cooking stews or soups or anything should be simple.
That's right.
You're not going to work your butt off for a soup.
Yeah.
So I literally took less than 10 minutes to make it. I went to the pig right up here, and I got frozen vegetables, because frozen vegetables are better than canned ones. They're very close to fresh.
That's right.
And everything that's in it was frozen. It literally took 10 minutes. And I had vacuum sealed leftover brisket and pork and chicken from the weekend, and went right in the pot. So,
And like any other soup or chili or spaghetti or whatever, this is going to be better the next day.
it's 100%.
I mean,
Yeah.
it always is, you know.
And you season it how you want. There's people that can give you a recipe, but that's just the recipe they wrote down.
Yeah.
You can put anything in it you want.
Make it your own.
You make it your own.
That's right.
But we'll bring it up here, and
All right.
we'll start serving up some food. And
Hey, Matto says, "What up, guys? We'll see y'all next week."
What up, Matto?
he is the man.
What? Oh, we got some bowls right here. Hey, Alan, is there spoons down there in that little cubby right there?
Let's see. Spoons. I think we got something. We have forks and knives. Absolutely no spoons.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
We're going to fork it.
We'll just
No, I got spoons.
You got spoons over there?
I got spoons.
Would you bring me a fork and spoon?
Something like that. All right. So, he's probably gonna set that pot there.
Yeah, it'll take just a couple minutes.
All right.
I asked Matto about cooking some, making some fruit. Fish alone.
Yeah. Unless he just chimed in and left.
He was part of that 18-pack group.
He
That
was part of
18-pack
18-pack. It was a cloudy, cold day in Pensacola. Yeah. There was nothing else.
I was going back and bringing up something. Raymond Cato, we've been praying for him. He'd been in the hospital for like months, right? And he got to walk through his own front door today. Got released from the hospital. And so for the first time in months, he walked to the front door of his house. So, Raymond, glad to hear, brother. Prayers work. I want to tell you, if you don't believe in anything else, believe prayers work. So, Raymond, that's good to hear, brother. He also said he was in the hospital for 3 months, Alan. 3 months. Wow. He said, love the pig jig. Hopefully it gets back to its glory days, too.
Did I hear that this is the last year for the pig jig from what I hear?
Oh, I didn't know that.
And I don't know if they're just changing organizers or things like that,
Oh.
but the pig jig, like Eric was talking about, they have structures built and a big to do. They
That's
do
in
things
Georgia,
down there.
right? That's in Georgia, right?
Well, you go to the end of the world, and you keep driving a few more miles, and you get there. It's
Really?
southeast Georgia.
It's a long drive.
You can almost smell salt water. It's so they go far down.
Golly.
It is,
Almost smell salt water, he said.
it is a long way. But
Yeah.
I tell you what, it is a heck of a time. And when you go to the pig jig, you better take your shorts, your coveralls, your umbrella, your snowsuit.
Rain suit.
You're
Every
gonna have
season will
all
hit you.
4 seasons in 3 days, like you'd have in a week or so here in Mississippi.
Golly. Golly. That sounds terrible.
No, it's a lot of fun though.
I hope we don't see any of that rain that's in the forecast in Kansas City.
Man, I really hope it goes the other direction.
Yeah, I hope
keeps
it-
going up.
I hope it's skirt tails way out of the way. So
Well, we're getting lucky being this late in October
yeah,
in Kansas City,
yeah. Of it not being cold.
not being cold.
Yeah. It's still like high of like 62, I think, and then lows somewhere in the 40s or low 50s. So probably still be nice.
Well, I
Sweatshirt
bet Jeff Jackson will be there and he'll have shorts on
and cut off
and
and
cut
cut off
off.
shirts.
and cut off shirts. Mark
Does
Huntley
he
wearing
does he
tank top.
take his sleeves off and like make blankets for
His kids?
kids? Okay, that's
We
what
give
I-
him brand new shirts, and he cuts the sleeves off of them as soon as we give them to him.
yeah. Him and Mark Huntley, they make blankets, right?
Well, Mark Huntley wears a wife beater, just straight up tank top.
Oh.
cut his sleeves off.
He doesn't cut sleeves off. He just orders shirts without sleeves.
Yeah,
I got you.
he orders tank tops.
Jeff's shirt, he just take it. He just
And it don't matter what.
it don't matter button up or not. He gonna cut the sleeves out of it. Be done.
Yeah, that's right.
A couple years ago, they had a contest in Iowa, and we fly up there,
God.
and we get to the contest,
I want y'all to take a look at this.
and it was in the 20s and snowing and spitting.
Yeah.
And they had on a sleeveless shirt and and shorts, and that's what they cooked in all day long. I had multiple layers, and I was freezing my butt off. They were in
Cold.
cut off shirt and shorts.
That's some of that cornbread.
That's
That
cornbread.
That is cornbread. Son, he put slabs of butter.
Hot glove.
Nobody makes cornbread. Nobody makes cornbread like Dusty Wally. Nobody. And in a red box, so to speak. So, he's bringing over the
pot of love.
over the pot.
Well, we'll call it something different.
We gonna call it pot of love.
Right there.
Bringing over the Brunswick Stew.
Just say that.
different. That's
You got to talk
We don't
different
need-
around Allen. I mean,
It's
around
different.
there.
Wait a minute now.
Yeah, don't want to get
I
him
know
all
you need me here.
Don't get twisted.
Golly, it smells so good. Yeah, thank you, G man.
So let me grab this.
We got a ladle,
Where's that spoon?
spoon, something. Good gracious.
So, like I was saying, it's
I know how I'm gonna handle
basically
this.
it's like basically barbecue stew. All of our leftover meat from the weekend. Look at that. It's got tons of meat, lots of vegetables in it. And it was very liquidy in the beginning. We cooked it down and reduced it. And we added, I like mine more barbecue-y than some people. I don't know if that's
Okay.
a word. I added a little
It
extra
is now.
I added a little more extra barbecue sauce in
Hashtag
it.
barbecue.
Barbecue.com.
You better
Barbecue.
do it now.
We better get it.
Better get it. I got it. But if you're going to eat Brunswick stew, which is barbecue flavored stew, I like to add a little extra in mine personally. But
Yeah.
you can cook it how you want.
Yeah.
You know, there's no exact recipe.
It can go in this bowl.
It's going,
It go right there. He says.
It can go right there.
and Brunswick stew is supposed to be thick. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of stews and chilies have lots of liquid. Brunswick stew is really supposed to be thick.
Oh, okay.
And just like he did, I like to put the cornbread down there and then put some of this right on the edge of it. That way you get it on that cone bread and there's no R right in there. And we can give them a little more, right?
Yeah. Cornbread off in there.
You want more on that?
Be for somebody. Next. Come on.
And this
You can tell these are hefty bowls because when you hold the brim, it ain't bending and breaking.
it's hot.
Holy smokes. That's good.
That's
hot.
That's
That's
stick
good.
to your rib stuff. But yeah, it's warm.
I mean, if you're going up there.
Sensuous.
Since you was up.
Since you was up, get me a bow.
Look at all that tender meat.
I love it. Thanks,
Bruh,
Bruh.
that's good. Do you use any stock, chicken, or beef? Somebody asked.
That has the liquid that we started with was the vegetables that render down their own liquid. Was
Okay.
So
2
they
boxes
were
of
frozen.
chicken stock and 1 bottle of tomato juice. So,
Okay. So two boxes of chicken stock.
yeah, which is what 16 ounces of chicken stock in each one, and then like a half a gallon of tomato juice.
Yeah.
Some people do their several cans of like stewed tomatoes and then take the time to cook it down. I like to use tomato juice. It speeds the process up. It's basically going to do the same thing as cooking the tomatoes down, and I just like it. Even in my chili.
You could spice this up a little bit, and you maybe use like a Bloody Mary mix or something.
Yeah. Well, you can do anything with it. You could use a lot of beef flavoring, beef stock, and turn it more beefy. You could, this is a little more sweet. Most of the Brunswick stews I've ever eaten was on the sweet side. There's a lot of people add a lot of brown sugar in it. Most of the time, barbecue sauces are sweet.
That's money, dude.
We
You can't say that.
We had what I had. The barbecue sauce I added in this one was Head Country.
Yeah.
Our co-packer owns Head Country.
Yep.
So that's what we tend to go by. That's what we tend to use. I would have used Mark Lambert's, but there were no open bottles, so I didn't want to open any of the bottles. I would have used the Lambo combo, but when it's freezing outside, you got leftover pork, you got leftover barbecue meat. All of our friends have barbecue meat, so it's just easy to throw one of these together. Clean the fridge out, clean the freezer.
If you're cooking for like people, say it's cold, like we cooked a big Brunswick stew one time during an ice storm, fed the neighborhood, and so it's good stuff.
Well,
Stick to your bones, warm you up.
Well, that's what I like about it. It's just like chili. Everybody's is different.
That's right.
Nobody's is exactly the same. And it's a good way of getting rid of stuff that is not going old, but you need to rotate food in your freezers and all
If
that.
you got
This is a good
chicken,
deal
if
to
you
do.
got vegetables, if you got sausage, whatever you want to put in.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You can
Get
throw it in there and it's going to be good.
Yeah, that pork is good. Dusty,
They didn't think so.
I mean, killer on this cornbread, son.
Red box.
I know it.
Can't beat it that red.
That's right. Only if you can get them.
Yeah.
Exactly. That makes them work more.
You can if you know the right place.
Well,
We got 4.
Mm-hmm.
wait till we can get about 400 a piece for 'em. Thanks, man.
400 a piece.
Yeah.
We're going to sell all. We're going to have none.
Well, I mean,
Mine came from the world famous whitelegsjeanskilling.com. So I'm
Oh,
not
wow.
sure. I'm just going to let it go for 400. I'm probably going to hold on to it. I'm kind of partial to it.
Did he sign it?
Yes, he did.
I don't know if that makes it worth more or less.
It's removable.
hey, somebody asked,
It's a great.
said, Ashley, will there be some dirty rice or anything like that at the Royal?
There'll be more food than you can eat at the Royal.
Yeah.
I'm
None
sure
of
we'll
it's gonna
drop
be
something.
bad.
Y'all got a pot on the trailer? Y'all got a. I mean,
Yeah, we got Some
Hey, no. Do you have one of these?
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
We can make sure we have one.
Okay. If you need one, I got one.
But who's wanting dirty rice? I promise we'll have a box of rice. If we drop it, you're more welcome to it.
Dang, son.
Now, last year we did a big old pot of gumbo. I'm talking like 30-gallon pot of gumbo. So
Somebody said Alan didn't sign the booth. What does that mean?
Is
Oh,
is
that-
no, I
Tony?
didn't. No, there was no Sharpie.
No Sharpie. Whoever wrote that.
Is that Tony?
I don't know. It says Facebook
hot.
user. It is.
I even tried to find spray paint. I was
Yeah?
gonna spray on the
You
roof.
gonna graffiti it?
I was.
We should make sure we're there next year.
Hey, Tony.
We can do it.
Yeah.
If that's you, brother, I promise you, I will sign it 3 times next year.
And thank you for the fire pit.
In honor of Pete Rose.
That's right.
Honor of Tony.
All right, so we're gonna flip it around a little bit. We're gonna ask you some questions. You've
Okay.
never been to the American Royal,
Never been.
but you've been to Memphis in May. So when you
Mhm.
think, what is your expectations of the American Royal? So in your head, what do you think the American Royal is? Besides the largest barbecue contest in the world.
Yeah. Awesome. And so when I think about, I've been to Memphis in May plenty of times. I've been to Memphis in May when it was at its biggest.
240 teams, the biggest, I
Yeah.
believe, in
And
that
so
area.
The fact that 450 teams or more is going to cook in the open on Sunday, it's just absolutely crazy to me.
They fill up the entire inside of the Kansas Speedway, and by the time you walk from one end to the other, you are tired.
And I've never been to a NASCAR racetrack. So
Hey,
this
you're gonna
is-
2 times and just within a few months, right?
yeah, so we're going to Kansas Motor Speedway, then we're going to Texas Motor
Texas Motor
Speedway
Speedway.
in March.
In March. But the American Royal is a little different than Memphis in May. In Memphis in May, we start partying on Tuesday, Wednesday. And we
Yep.
party every single night until it's over. The American Royal, they party Friday night, and you can have live bands. You can have, if you can afford Metallica and they'll come, you can have them in your booth.
You can charge entry fee to your booth.
Yeah, you can charge
Really?
money to come into your booth.
Wow.
But
And-
it's a one and done. It's a heck of a party now and a heck of a show.
There will be people come out there with full 18-wheeler rigs, sit up stages like they would in a Coliseum.
Wow.
Somebody will come in and play, and as soon as they're done playing, there's a crew to break it down and get it out of there that night.
Wow.
But we had the largest spot at the American Royal, the OBR spot, and we'll have 8 or 9 teams, 8 teams
I think there's 8 of us this year.
in a probably 100 by 100 area.
Yeah.
And
Somebody
it's
said
a
I
good
think
time.
about walking 500 miles a day. Is what somebody said.
You
You
feel
think
like
about
you walked a
walking,
race.
then you feel like you walk 1,000.
Yeah, it's a lot of walking, but
They said
it's worth it.
they said don't wear boots. Wear
No,
your
no.
wear your tennis shoes on
Yes.
this deal.
Yeah, you better go to the finish line before you go. Better get you some shoes.
Hey, somebody said it's Facebook user again. So again, if you're just now coming in with us, please tell me who you are if you want us to know. But somebody asked, is that the White Lightning Boys?
It depends on who it is.
Yeah. I don't
Are they
know.
asking for something?
Is it the IRS or
Do they owe you money?
yeah. Yeah. Do these White Lightning Boys owe you any money? Then we will answer that question.
Mm.
Somebody,
still hot.
somebody says, congrats, Ashley, with your new career. Well, thank you very much.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very supportive. And thank you for the opportunity. And
It's
man,
gonna be
it's going to be a, like you said, it's going to be a fun ride.
It's gonna be a
We're gonna have
fun
great
ride
time.
for both of us. It's gonna be a learning curve for both of us.
Yeah.
And Lambert, let's not forget him.
Yeah, that's right.
But y'all gonna see a lot more of us. That's for
It's
sure.
going to be a trifecta kind of deal. It's gonna be really cool. It's going to get us an opportunity to be in places that we're not, and to talk to people and greet people and meet people that we always want to see, or we get a message from somebody. So I think it's going to be a really cool venue, a really cool avenue that we're fixing to partake in, and I'm excited about it.
Yep.
And also some things that you want to know about these guys, or what you want to see them do, what you want to see them cook, or what you want to see them see parts of their lives. We're going to go on fishing trips and hunting trips and all that kind of fun stuff too. So it's not going to be just about barbecue. It's going to be the lifestyle of this barbecue that we love so much. That what we do when we're not barbecuing.
A lot more goes on behind the scenes than it does in front of everybody.
Yeah, and it could be a trip to Piggly Wiggly. It could be a trip to Sam's, whatever,
Or Key West.
or Key West. Goodness.
You got a good gig, brother.
I got a good gig. It sounds like it. So I always wanted to get invited to that bear thing.
That bear thing, we call it bear and burden.
Bear.
Okay, that bear thing. There are some bear things down there. It just depends on where you go.
Yeah, finish that sentence. It started getting weird.
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
Bear and Burden Key West Invitation.
Well, their second name is better than their first name they had.
Well, Bear is one guy's name and Burton's the other guy's
Yeah.
name. So
But the first name they had for that contest was not so good. Y'all didn't go that year.
No, that was the first year. It was
The Rub and Tug.
the Rub and Tug.
it was a great name. It just
I was there that year. I didn't turn nothing in.
I was like, man. And he said, oh, it's for the kids. I said, don't say that all together.
Yeah, pause for a minute between those.
Yeah. We're going to the Rub and Tug for the kids.
For the kids.
I'm like,
It's a charity event.
yeah. Yeah, I have a hat. It's fun. Yeah. Well, so I'm looking forward to that next year for sure. It's beautiful down there. You're standing on a sandbar, and then when the tide comes in, you're standing in what looks like the middle of the ocean,
It was. When
cooking ribs and
when we pulled up that day.
oh,
my
bro.
God.
nanner pudding.
When we pulled up that day, the sandbar was the size of a football field,
Yeah,
and there's millions of dollars worth of boats
Oh.
lined up around it.
yeah,
And like these aren't boats that go to the lake around here.
yeah.
These are
Now this sandbar is probably a half a mile long or so.
Yeah, dude, it was
three quarters.
huge.
I mean, it's
It was
huge.
huge.
Yeah.
And none but lined with boats.
Boats
and,
on both sides, all
and
the way.
Big Green Egg
around.
had tents set up all around it with grills for us. And we had very short period
Todd,
of
you
time
coming to
to
this
cook a
down the road?
contest
Yeah.
on said sandbar. And tide started coming in, then it's time to go.
You gonna
Yeah,
talk
But
about
it was awesome.
No,
Todd,
I didn't make that.
Who did? Your wife?
My wife.
She's a wonderful lady. She really is.
So what goes good with Brunswick Stew?
It's banana pudding.
Is
Hey,
banana pudding?
what goes good with banana pudding?
Nanner pudding.
Everything.
Everything.
More nanner pudding.
Teresa make it.
Teresa is a wonderful lady. She's the same lady that makes these chocolate pies I've been talking about. It's wonderful. So
Coconut.
and coconut.
If you're not a wonderful lady and you make banana pudding,
You
will
are
be
now.
too, a wonderful lady.
Oh, I wasn't gonna put that in my Brunswick Stew bowl because I'm gonna get some more Brunswick Stew here in a little bit. So right there.
See, my mom would make me do that, but when I was growing up, I
What?
could eat everything on one dish.
Really?
When I moved out, yeah, that was less dishes I had to wash.
I was the one that mixed all my food together and ate it anyway. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
That's why you like Brunswick Stew.
Hmm?
That's why it's your thing.
No, just throw it all in there.
That's enough.
Hey, you're cooking chili on Sunday.
Hey, last week, Kel and Janet Phelps brought a butternut
Butternut
Cake.
cake.
and red velvet.
Red velvet, yeah.
And when we were divvying this up at the end, like it was a drug deal,
You just shoved two pieces in
I
the
just took a
cup.
piece of each and one and mashed it together. So mixing your food all the time ain't that bad. Because when I got home, it was right on time.
So you big Bob Gibson that thing
Yes,
and just slapped them two pieces together.
100%.
This nanner pudding is good. Real good.
My brother still just couldn't cool down enough for me to eat it.
I know. Well, my second bowl might off the air. My second bowl might be pretty cool. But I had to have some of this banana pudding.
And it looked good.
It is good. So let's see. Yeah, I think we're gonna try to have a show next week. I think our internet is gonna be worked out. So I told Mark. Mark said, "Hey, let's have a show," and I was like, "That's right in the middle of the SCA turn-in." So I might have Craig Carter and Mark Lambert start the show, and then I might be able to come after I get the turn-in done. So I'm sharing a grill, so I might be towards the end of the window. So,
we'll have plenty of grills there.
We'll try to get it done.
Yeah, you're gonna enjoy the Royal. It's
I got to get my golden ticket, so
it'd be a good place to get it.
I mean, might as well, right?
Be a good place to
Might
get
as
it.
well.
Since Tim's already hit his 50th, I mean that was a hope and a pray and a goal. So
Yeah.
There are a few people in here that got golden tickets in the past couple of weeks, right?
Josh,
Come on over here.
Want a beer?
That's the way to get in.
The only reason I'm doing it.
That's the passcode.
So Josh got his first steak win.
First steak win.
Yeah.
Yep, Marion, Arkansas.
And how long have you been doing this?
Just a year.
A
Just like-
year?
Just like my wife. We first event was
It
Fall
took
Fest
me-
last year.
It took, I'm going to tell you, the learning curve is a lot different. It took me 3 years to get my first win. I mean, so the learning curve is a lot different now. There wasn't a whole lot out there when I started. If Eric Hodson maybe would have put out a video after he won the world championship.
Well,
you probably
maybe
didn't
I-
want that video.
well,
But I'm talking. Well, I mean a sober one. But
Well, no, I had one on October 26, 2017. Not that I remember.
yeah, is it tattooed on your arm
at about
somewhere?
2:30. When I had won the championship, the next contest I was 46th.
Yeah,
So that shows you how SCA goes right there.
that's right. So
well, I will say I've had this past year. We've had some great coaches. I mean, Eric Allen, Chris Lytle, Tim Brown, the whole White Lightning crew has been everything to us.
when I first started, of course, I didn't know them as well. I mean, I knew them from barbecue days, but I didn't know them as well. The reason why Mark Lambert and I became friends is I bought a grill from him.
It's a good way
I
to
mean,
start
I
it.
bought a PK from him, and I started cooking SCA. And
That's
I
an expensive grill, man.
Yeah. So I started cooking SCA, and that was. But I had watched a Malcolm Reed video, and was doing exactly what he was doing.
Yeah, that's a good video, though. That's a good start.
Yeah, but it was really the only SCA material out there
Right,
yeah.
at the time. So I look back and go, how much the sport has grown since then, and there just wasn't a lot of information. Now you go to Barbecue Champs Academy, there's Matt O, there's Shauna Rapallo, there's all these people that are putting out, Raymond Patterson, all these people that are putting out videos.
And it's not only steak there. I mean,
Yeah.
there's KCBS videos,
Sure.
there's GBA, there's all kinds of videos from anything you can think about cooking.
There's
Yeah.
there's definitely ways of shortening that learning curve,
Yeah.
and that's what you need. Anybody that wants to get into it, very, very rarely someone that's never cooked a contest before goes in and are just starting off killing it.
Yeah.
Beginner's luck is a real thing. It does happen, but then reality hits the next few contests. But
Yeah.
there's definitely ways of shortening that learning curve, and it has changed a lot. Back in 17, when I won, I was running White Lightning and fresh cracked black pepper on my steak,
And that was it.
with a good finish and butter, and that's what won it.
Yeah.
It was back then in the day, it was a steak that didn't have anything on it offensive, nothing overpowering, that was cooked perfectly.
Yeah.
Now it's a flavor contest as well as a doneness deal.
Texture, tenderness.
But back in the day, Alan and I cooked the very first SCA contest ever.
That was before y'all were cutting tails off, probably. And the
Um,
grill grates and all that.
We didn't know what we were doing.
We were running grill grates. We had known Brad from doing conferences, from
Yeah.
us doing the conference with Brad Barrett. And that was in the beginning when Brad had just started grill grates.
It was 2011.
2011,
or 13,
2012.
And now that dude's retired, living on the
Living on
islands.
the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Who had the better product, being another grill grate? But he has an awesome product, good marketing team, and it worked out. But SCA has grown since then. Kel is the very first winner of any SCA contest, and he beat me by a .01.
Really?
I got second. Alan was top 10.
Yeah,
In
he
the
told,
very-
he told me all about it when I was down there in Georgia.
Yeah, he got the very first rhinestone cowboy hat.
Oh, wow.
That was the very first SCA contest ever, was a rhinestone cowboy hat.
Wow.
I got my first DQ, knock on wood, my only DQ at Billy Bob's at the Rhinestone.
Really? Hey, speaking of Kel and the MBBQA, we discussed, I think after y'all left last week, mini pot Friday night of the MBBQA conference.
Heck yeah.
Boy,
let's
that'd
do it.
be a house packed.
That's
So mini pot, if you don't know what mini pot is, we got plenty of pots. We probably need to order some more, but a 1 quart Dutch oven, $20 entry fee.
Look here, while you're talking about this, do
Okay.
we have one right now that
Mini
we could
pot?
set up a raffle? And we'll raffle a mini pot off.
Yeah, we can do that.
Man, that's not a problem.
Yeah.
We can set one.
We can do that.
We can set
We can
that
do
up.
that, Brian,
It's
for
a
sure.
$20 deal, but you can to buy in. But we're gonna raffle off a mini pot setup.
Yeah, I don't even know how much a mini pot is.
$20.
Is
They're,
it?
they're $20.
They're $20. So to get in would normally be 40 if you don't have a mini
If you don't
pot.
have one.
So we're gonna raffle off a mini pot. So $1 a chance.
We'll figure that out.
You'll figure that out.
It's
But
coming soon.
it's coming soon. Look for it in a couple of weeks after we get back from the Royal, and maybe the week after that. So
Yeah, we'll figure that out. We'll give everybody the details. Mini pot's fun. Everybody thinks, oh, you're just cooking in a 1 quart, 32-ounce pot.
unless you're Dusty Wally,
Well, he's the only one that puts 40 ounces in a 32-ounce pot.
and
makes
40
it-
ounces my butt.
makes
He
it
put
work.
48.
Makes it work somehow.
I don't know.
And Holly Uvera figures out that cheese goes with everything in a mini pot.
And she builds up.
Well,
cheese
she tries to
sides.
make it go with everything in a mini pot. It's easier to cook in this pot right here
Yeah.
than it is in a mini pot.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of forgiveness. There's no mulligan. You got to be right on time
And
with the mini pot.
We need when it gets a little closer, we need you to come on and talk about the rules of mini pot and everything. We need to get those
Let's do it.
like kind of printed out
Heck yeah.
and
Put them on.
put them on the screen.
Yep.
And but yeah, we can get that done. Do an entry fee too. Somebody's saying raffle off an entry fee.
Yeah,
too.
we can do that.
So
I'd say do a whole
a whole pack,
beginning pack right
yeah,
there,
mini
no matter
pack.
Unless your ass is too tight for 20,
Yeah,
then we'll have to raffle off a $20
But you know,
entry
it's-
fee.
But
We
you do
have
have to
talked
bring your own meat, so it don't cost you more than $20.
yeah, that's
to
right.
go.
But we have talked about it. This is like poker night for food people,
That's it. That's what it is.
and it's a fun time. We have to know what we don't know, not sure what the category is, so we might have to go back and watch film.
Well, the OG originally mini pot is jambalaya.
Yeah. Oh,
It
yeah.
started down
Down
south from our friends down in Louisiana, Woo
Yep.
Woo, Gotro, all those guys down there
It's Jim. I said it. Oh, yeah.
are the ones that started mini pot,
Yeah.
and they do it one Thursday a month, and they have a heck of a time. They cook jambalaya every single time.
Yeah.
Well,
And
when-
no meat. You can season with the meat, but you take the meat
The meat
out.
comes
You're
Um,
just judged on the rice.
Well, being the food people that we are, we wanted to cook different things. So we have a bag full of coins that have different categories on it. We've got chili, we've got stews, we've got a you call it.
Yeah.
And you call it, you can just make up anything you want, and that's the category.
Yeah. We had beans one time.
We've had beans, we've done Italian, we've done all kinds of stuff. So
dessert.
desserts and
Somebody said, when will this be? It's the first Friday of December.
It's like
First
the third,
Friday of
second,
December.
third, something like that.
Something like that. I don't remember the exact date.
Hey Siri,
I think it's the 6th.
The 6th.
what's the first Friday in December?
Friday.
Here's what I found.
That's good. This is
She shows you my calendar.
Yeah.
I could have done that.
She's
It will be the
6th.
6th. That's my granddaddy's birthday.
All right. December 6th.
I got divorced on that day too.
Oh, well, it's a good day.
It's a special day. 3 events.
We're going to celebrate with a little mini pot. We're going to celebrate Alan's birthday. I mean, Alan's granddad's birthday and maybe his birthday too. I mean, that sounds
It
like
is
a
a
new,
birthday.
that sounds like a new birth. If you get divorced, that sounds like a new birth.
That was my granddaddy's birthday too, by the way.
That's what I do. Don't give me second guessing myself. I do that.
That's right.
So, mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese ain't
Ooh,
bad.
that sounds pretty good. There has been some lobster mac and cheese, I think.
There's been several mac and cheese.
Yeah. All right. So somebody says, I want to judge. Well, y'all come on. But December 6th, the Friday night of the MBBQA conference, we will have that right here.
Sweet Swine O' Mine.
At Sweet Swine O' Mine at 113 Edwards Road in
By
beautiful Byhalia, Mississippi. So, man, he took that stew, but I'm gonna get me another bowl. I'm not sure what he was doing, but I'm gonna.
He was trying to clean the air real quick. And
Yeah.
I know he's not cleaning that pot.
Yeah. Well, he went outside to adjust the air for a minute.
I talked to a man about a dog.
Yeah, that's right. Well, guys, it's about popsicle time.
Already?
yeah?
Yeah, 55 minutes in.
That
Wow.
quick.
That quick. It goes pretty quick. What's he got over here? He says, what?
Woo!
Hold on now.
He said, hold on.
Somebody said, I won mini pop with lobster mac.
We knew there was a
There has
lobster
been
mac.
lobster mac one. I can't remember who is it?
I don't know. It's his Facebook user.
Well, Facebook user. Which one?
What
are
is
you?
your
It's a
conceal
good
your
chance it's Seth.
Seth?
Argano?
Seth and myself.
Multiple winners.
We're either tied for the most wins, or one of us is up one on the other.
It's your birthday,
but I-
Happy
In 2 days is
birthday.
Ashley's birthday.
Happy
birthday
to you.
Happy birthday
to you.
Happy birthday, dear Ashley. Happy birthday to
you.
.com.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank y'all so much.
Very welcome.
I love cheesecake. So.
Cheesecake and nanner pudding.
Cheesecake and nanner pudding.
I'm doing the mesh again before I
He's slamming it all into one cup. Yeah.
leave.
Happy birthday.
Cheesecake and
Thanks,
banana
bro.
pudding together.
SmashMyBowl.com
I
right
ain't
here.
scared.
And that's raspberry, banana.
Raspberry.
Raspberry.
That's got to be good.
Or stick your finger in
hey,
it. It's yours.
or
you can do
or
that.
strawberry.
Is it strawberry?
It's strawberry.
Strawberry swirl?
Hey, strawberry.
That will go with banana.
Oh, it's gonna go.
That's
with
what
banana.
Sonic said. That strawberry banana.
Oh, is it cold?
Oh yeah. You need a knife.
Oh, yeah.
He says,
Bruh.
homie.
Well, thank you very much, guys. I am.
I got some golden tickets.
And I got a belt.
He got a belt. He just
That's right. You got a belt.
Oh, you got the steak belt.
Y'all come on.
Ah, we could have had the tag team champions of the world up in here.
You won one too, didn't you?
I mean, a couple weeks ago, I got.
You got the golden ticket, right?
You did.
Well, you
Awesome.
come on up.
Well, come on up here.
Yeah. Come talk about it.
Yeah. We're gonna make
All
fun.
right.
We're making fun.
All right,
of
somebody
everybody.
Go
show
ahead.
Show the picture. Your kids at home.
Introduce
right?
yourself.
See
Tell us
on
where
TV
you won.
tonight.
Oh,
John
yeah.
Roberts, we won at the Snowden Grove Fall Fest, anything tailgate. We got a belt. I didn't know it would bring the belt night, so I didn't bring mine with me.
We can let you
But,
hold one.
It looks exactly like it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I did a crawfish boudin stuffed bacon wrapped chicken.
Come on now.
Wow.
Holy
I guess you practiced that on your pontoon boat
Well,
on the fire,
I
right?
decided to enter the night before, so I had to go over the top to win this belt. So.
He just won the belt.
That's
That
awesome.
is
The only
awesome.
reason he entered was to win the belt.
Yeah,
Oh, we're the
so
same
anyway,
way. We would have done the same thing for a belt.
Yeah.
You know what we always say that cool trophies draw people.
For
Money
sure.
draws people, but cool
Yeah.
trophies will bring people out of
Yeah, I
nowhere.
messaged Candace Friday night. I said, y'all doing the belt? She's like, yeah, we're still doing them. So I went and got everything Friday night up to midnight prepping and
Hell yeah.
That's
That's the way
awesome.
to do it.
So what
Appreciate it.
you won?
I won my golden ticket. Where did we? That Alcorn County Fair.
Corinth.
with,
I did a bourbon pecan cheesecake.
yeah,
Nice.
Got first place.
first place. Yeah,
So we know.
her first one, and she's been cooking like
Yeah, I just started cooking.
6 months maybe.
Wow.
So the next two Thursdays after the Royal, food's covered.
Yeah, that's right.
right?
Oh, God. Yeah, no, I'll bring dessert.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was a good
You bring
time. It was
that.
a good
You bring
contest.
that crawfish something.
He really,
I didn't,
now,
after
look,
he
he's
said
not gonna make it
crawfish,
here
I
'cause
stopped.
It's a secret, but he'll bring it and serve it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
You don't have to tell me.
You don't have to tell me
Don't
nothing.
what you did.
We will so break it down when you get in here.
I'll take over a sample bag.
You might as well make it
Hey,
here.
you know, you don't have to worry about
I
Eric.
figured most of it out.
No.
You don't have to worry about Eric because he won't eat it.
Nope.
He's got
Oh,
crawfish.
it's got crawfish
in it.
in it.
I'm allergic to crawfish.
But you know what? I'm not.
All shellfish?
Yeah.
Nope,
Are
just
you making
crawfish.
that up?
No, he's not.
No,
making it up.
absolutely.
I
No,
can do like shrimp boudin.
No, you make what you make, brother. Don't worry about me. It don't bother me none.
You do both. I ain't hurt my
Yeah,
feelings.
Yeah, ain't gonna bother me at all.
But congratulations.
Yep.
to
That's
y'all,
awesome.
though.
Congratulations.
That's super awesome, and I know it's a good feeling to get that
It's great,
tribute, man. It's
We
awesome.
love
And a
it.
belt.
Yeah.
And a
Oh,
belt.
the
The belt's awesome.
That was all about
Did you wear it
yeah.
to bed that night?
No, but I thought about it. I may wear it to the chili cook-off Saturday.
You
He's
damn
trying
right.
to replace me for a trophy.
I would-
Really?
Oh, we've all done
He
that.
just lays on my pillow and like, this is for the trophy.
Hey, honey, he just thinks a lot of you.
I think
That's
it was
right.
last fall
She-
fest, your third place, big third place trophy.
Could have been.
We were at dinner last night for anniversary, and I told Candace, I said, you know, when we win that first place Memphis May trophy, it's gonna sit right beside the fireplace, right there under the TV, to where I can see it. She said, "No, it ain't."
Maybe just for a few
I
days.
know-
Only
You
compromise,
know them
it'll sit
same
right
pants
there.
she wore when she said we was getting married over the cliff in California?
Hey, guess where we got married?
I know.
Guess what?
On the cliff.
She gonna put them same pants on when she said we
It'd
ain't
be,
gonna
it'd be
put
like my
that
ninth
trophy
grade
back.
teacher. You'd be looking at that same window next year.
You can't sneak that trophy in, but I'm gonna have to, it's going to sit there for a day or two.
For
Yeah,
sure, yeah. Just
it'll be like
days.
yeah,
I'm sure glad I got a fireplace.
that's right.
All right, guys, we appreciate it.
Man,
Hey,
thank y'all.
thank
Y'all are
y'all.
awesome, man.
Hey, you know, I'm a little partial, but I think the our area, the Soda County, Greater Memphis area, has some of the best cooks.
Why
in it.
you got to do the Greater Memphis?
Greater South Haven,
I'm
Greater
gonna start
Byhalia.
ducking.
Hey, Greater Byhalia area.
Come on now, there's some of us in Memphis that got that's the deal.
That I think we're probably some of the. I mean, I know there's a lot of good cooks in other places, but per capita, probably murders and good cooks. We're right up there together.
You said murder. He don't go by that name no more. I mean, it's old school.
I was talking about Eric.
I think DeSoto County has more world champions than any county in the United States.
I would love to do that kind of.
You can
Research.
sit at my house and I could throw within 5 miles. I could count 6 world champions.
Or are you counting Lambert? Because that's 7.
No, I'm just talking individuals.
Oh,
Not counting
you're
the-
talking about
not counting them
the-
up.
Oh, I got you. I see what you're saying.
I'm talking individuals, no matter how many they have.
6
are
world champions.
within 5 miles of
Wow.
backyard.
Wow. That's pretty crazy. I would love to see how many world championships.
No, you
there-
wouldn't. I mean, you would. Some people wouldn't because
They're not going to beat DeSoto.
there's one thing ain't bigger than Texas, and that's world champions in Mississippi.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I
He's
would like
not
to
wrong.
see how many
It's a
exactly
bunch.
what the number is. You
Now,
know?
wait a minute. We got to take Robert Smith in consideration now. He is from Texas. And first class has been kicking ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to see the number from DeSoto County. I mean, really,
It's up there.
it's up there pretty good. Ooh, fresh bomb pops.
Fresh ones.
Goodness, guys!
Cheers.
Happy birthday!
These
to
are
me.
not, they're not even free.
I mean, I love the cheesecake, but damn, these bomb pops are the bomb.
.com.
.com. Ooh. When these are fresh, they're hitting pretty good.
Whatever you go.
Straight from the pig.
Straight from the pig. Okay. Hey, guys, I want to thank Boar's Night Out, Team White Lightning, all over the country, for sponsoring us with Popsicles and Prayer. Anytime you want to have a good, refreshing thing, just get you a bomb pop. It's wonderful. Yeah. They hadn't started paying us yet,
Not
but
yet.
we're working on it.
We are working on it.
Got a new social media director. So
Yeah,
probably
I'm right.
you can work on that.
We're right. We're working on that. But what
We
we
got
do,
one tired of sending them emails.
yeah, y'all are tired of saying we're gonna put somebody else on.
Yeah,
Oh, you?
like 4 of them.
I've been working on Bomb Pop for about 6 months now.
Golly.
They're getting hit by all angles, brother.
We're doing
If it
everything.
get hit by another one, I mean, spam them. So, all right. Well, y'all know what time it is, man. I'm telling you that prayer works. I have a little Bible study group on Facebook, and we've been praying for Raymond Cato for a while now. Ever since we started, we have a running list of prayer, and he's been on that list for a long time, and we're going to keep praying for him. But he got to walk in his house for the first time in 3 months today. He was in the hospital for 3 months. So,
That's
Raymond
awesome.
Cato, glad to have you home, buddy. And he'd probably be the first one to tell you that prayer works. And that was the first thing he said to me today. So, appreciate all the prayers. So, they do work, whether you believe it or not. I promise you. God can change your life. He did mine. Everybody has a but God story. You might not have thought about it or told it yet, but everybody has one. If you want to hear mine, there's been but God stories all through the Bible. And I can't tell you what God has done in your life, but I can sure tell you about what God's done in mine. So please don't be afraid to stand up and tell your story, because nobody can tell your story except you. And so let's pray. Our gracious Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for these friends, Lord, allowing us to come together and fellowship and have great food, Lord. Thank you for all the families these represent, the homes they represent. Bless their homes. Lord, be with them as they travel home. And just thank you again for this fellowship, this friendship. And Lord, just be with those that need you. Be with those that are hurting right now. Give them the comfort and peace that only you can. Thank you for your grace and your mercy. And Lord, overall, thank you for your great gift of salvation, for giving us eternal life so that we may not die for our sins. And you sent Jesus to do that for us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Y'all have a great night. We'll see y'all from Kansas City, Kansas.
In the middle of the racetrack, baby.
In the middle of the racetrack. Don't get much better than that. Home of the American Royal. We'll see y'all in a week. God bless you. Love God and love people, y'all. Be a blessing to somebody. We'll see y'all next week. Thank y'all so much for watching.